it leads back to douche. She's the one to blame. All of these folks are one of the same. It leads back to douche. She's the one to blame. It leads back to douche. She's the one to blame. All of these folks are one of the same. It leads back to douche. She's the one to blame. Ron Ron's about to go to jail. Gigi's house might go up for sale. Hussy's about to lose his benefits. Clara lifts her long skirt up to show her tits. Belinda Shutta kept making meth. No man stopped donating to Peanuts death. All of these folks are one of the same. It leads back to douche. She's the one to blame. Leads back to douche. She's the one to blame.
I am a victim.
Guys, can we please get some green hearts in chat for No Name? No Name just made it, so the goal has been reached. The goal so I can get my computer diagnosed has just been reached. Absolutely.
Yeah. I was just looking to see what they were. It looked like cornbread. I thought, they like cornbread? Oh, what the hell? Motherfucker.
What?
Oh, I just got glitter bombed.
Hi everybody, happy Saturday people. How are we all? So yeah, you ever wanted to know why Alex is Alex Glitter Queen? Now you do. Should we just watch it again? There's no harm, is there?
I was just looking to see what they were. It looked like cornbread. I thought, they like cornbread? Oh, what the hell? Motherfucker.
What?
Oh, I just got glitter bombed.
And there we have it. Happy Saturday, bitches. I hope we're all doing well. I found some fuck shit. Accidentally, of course, like usually the way with me. I don't know what time it is for everyone. It is 3 p.m. Saturday for me. See who we have here. Yabahandra became a member. Welcome to the Troublemakers, you little fecker. She has an event today, but she'll be listening. I hope you are. I hope you know how much we all want to bees inside you. Hi, Sky. Capone Boxer. Say, oh, shit. She's blocked. How the fuck is she on my screen? Did you? Oh, might have to show you, actually. Might have to actually show you what that little fucking remtard commented on my YouTube. Hey, well done, people. I've got a lot of comments. I'm having to scroll a fair bit here. I likes it. When did you chat your shit, Capone? Right, help me. I called you a sausage if that helps remind you. Oh, yeah, I've got lots of comments. I don't think I'll find it. Boop, 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 doo. Where are you, you little fecker? Should be easier than this. Never mind. Anyway, she'll go, Nicky, Nicky. Like she don't piss on a fucking armchair. Anyway, let's go on. My emotional support muffin mop. Great show yesterday. Do you know how many people reached out and shared your show to me? I know him. I know him. I like them. They're me mods. Salve, hello. Hi everyone. It's very late here, so I may not last long, but I'll check in when I'm fully awake. Thank you for turning up, and I hope to catch you on the replay. It's like afternoon for me, but I get it's early for a lot of people. Misanthropy morning, just jumping in the shower but listening. Well, that's some Mandiff and Sean imagery there. Roll a kitchen chair. Happy Saturday to you too. Midwest Bird Free. Hello, darling. Have we got anyone else? Lewis Spike. You know, I always love to see you. Penquin. Hi. Go down. So, yeah. Maxwell. He's a little fucker, isn't he? You know, Robert Maxwell Esquire of Washington, D.C. and now New York City. I wonder why he's running away to New York. Well, other than having a client there who's a vexatious litigant who can enact lawsuits and make sure it's against wealthy people. There's that. Or did Capone say something about Ferry? I don't know, but Capone loves you 1 minute, she's eating out your arsehole, and then she thinks she's clever going, Nicky, Nicky. Well, funny love. Oh, God. Mumsy, can we have some pudding? Pud. Mop, you're always laughing. At least everyone understands me when I'm laughing, eh? Anyway. So I thought we'd have a little look at some Maxwell fuck shit. You know, since he's being flexed around these parts is being all ready to set out on new lawsuits after his mega losses. Yeah, I thought, there's got to be some, like, you know, it can't be just us, eh? It can't be just us, eh? Yeah, I used to think Capone was just simple and like old and fucked up, you know, but you know, she came over saying, Nicky, you said you'd never block anyone. I'm a paying member. Nicky, I'm on sub now. You're in my chat, bitch. And you weren't fucking blocked. You're a lying little cunt like the people who sent you going, Nicky. Hi, Panda Fondue. Oh, thank you, Matt. Snake, not even in the bush, out in the open, looking like a proper little twathead. That's what you are, Capone. Listen up, buttercup. So, how about we go over and refresh our memories on the denied default judgment, eh? Why don't we do a bit of that? So, this case is... Oh, wait a minute. Lamont Holmes Inc. versus Dr. Eric Cho LLC. Why is this on my screen? Oh, is it? Oh, right. Lead attorney. Robert Maxwell. I've heard that fucking name before. I wonder why I had this up on my screen. Must be a reason. Hi, Selva. I don't do shit and look at shit for no reason. Right, so we have a complaint here. Levied by the one and only Mr. Maxwell. Lamont Holmes Inc. First, Dr. Eric Cho LLC. Now, just going off Maxwell's behaviour we've exhibited up to now. Seems very reasonable he'd go after someone with the title Doctor. The title exudes money, doesn't it? So, Maxwell levies a complaint against this doctor. The action arises from the doctor material breach of a contractual agreement for the purchase and sale of a property. Contractual agreement. Brilliant. Contracts are great. They really, really, really like pinpoint things down. Like, you know, you can't argue. Contracts are contracts, aren't they? Let's have a look at the contract that he entered into evidence. Information sheet, summons, complaint. Right. So there's no contract. Okay? If it's not in exhibits, if it's not shown to the court, it doesn't exist, right? So we'll go forward in reading this, assuming no contract exists because one hasn't been docketed or presented as evidence at all. Okay? No. So we're trying to acquire the acquisition of a property located blah 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 in DC. The contract required timely performance, including the release of a $10,000 earnest money deposit and strict adherence to closing dates. Defendant repeated delays, failure to release the earnest money deposit, and refusal to agree to necessary modifications resulted in significant financial harm to the plaintiff. So he didn't put the 10 grand down deposit, whatever it is, yeah? And he weren't in contact with you. So, you know, if he changed his mind, right, I don't know, if we had a contract in front of us, it might help us out a little bit more, mightn't it? Right. As a direct consequence, plaintiff was compelled to accept an alternative offer at a reduced purchase price. So this guy said he'd buy my shit, and he didn't buy my shit, and then I have to sell it to someone else who, you know, no one would buy my shit at that price. Only this one guy who didn't actually buy it. So I reduced it, and then it sold. Right, there we go. In addition to other consequential damages, plaintiff seeks compensatory damages, attorney's fees, interest, and such fair relief as the court deems just and proper. Kill mum. Shows the contract. Shows suicide. Like, if he sent you the 10 grand, that I'd say that's him entering into the contract. If the first stipulation was 10 grand up front and you never got to that place, well, you fucking sell it to someone else, mate. What? No, No, you couldn't sell the house. This guy, for whatever reason, was interested and then wasn't. And then you sold it later down the line for a reduced price, right? The court has jurisdiction over the subject matter of this complaint pursuant to DC Code. This court has personal jurisdiction venue over the defendants pursuant to DC Code. On Holmes, and this is a pattern with what I found with Maxwell. He represents a lot of housing, acquisition companies. Know where they like come in, buy properties cheap because people need the money, and then mould them and then wait till they die. That's what I found up to yet. Sorry, I've been ignoring my chat. Yes, he sued a doctor. He tried to default a doctor. I know, damn it, Mop. I'm going to make you a mop emoji just for you. I promise you. Maxwell is a fucking idiot lawyer. He's a lawyer who is personally invested in helping Hussey sue people because DC Media Girl give him money. We're going to get to that bit. Remember the first case that DC lost? The preliminary injunction that Sam had to orchestrate Maxwell through. Yeah, we're going to have a little look at that. Listen anyway. So, on August, the plaintiff and defendant entered into a real estate contract. The agreement, where's the agreement? Where's the contract? I cannot see that. If anyone else can. Like, do you know what? Because I'm not an expert. I don't know everything. I might be missing something. So if anyone wants to have a little look, say, and see if I'm missing where this contract is in this filing, yeah. Right. So it said they entered into a contract, the agreement in bunny ears, in connection with the sale of property, but the price is $610,000. The agreement provided time is of the essence as to all terms of this contract. The required defendant to deposit earnest money in the amount of $10,000 with Sheridan Title acting as a settlement agent, right? If he didn't deposit it, then that's a pretty good sign it's not going forward, and keep it on for sale and take any. Like, do they have gazumping in America? You know, where you put an offer in, it looks like it's going through, and then someone else will come in and stick an extra 5-10G on and take it from you. Nothing's final until it's signed and the deeds and everything are transferred. I'm not seeing a contract. There's no contract in the exhibits. How the fuck can... It sounds like it's a verbal contract that you do this and then the ball goes rolling, and he didn't do it. So the plaintiff communicated an urgent need to close a transaction by the 25th of 2023, right? This matter was filed. Sorry, you and your American shit. So it would have been 6th of March 2025. And the matter was 25th of September 2023. Yeah? Oh, do you know what it is, Mop? It's bloody... If I share things on StreamYard, I didn't always share it. I'll make sure I get the links there. Sorry. But yeah, this is like a year and a half later that he even brought it to court. After the property was sold. It is a joke. It is a joke. But this is Maxwell we're dealing with here, and he doesn't do things properly, does he? Due to delays attributed to defendant and its affiliates, on September 16, 2023, plaintiff agreed to an addendum extending the closing date, right? Plaintiff agreed, which is Lamont Holmes, yeah, is the plaintiff. So they agreed on the 16th between themselves to extend it to the 25th there. It says 25th. They agreed and extended it to the 29th. Does it say there that they communicated with this doctor and he wanted it extending? He wanted it to go forward or anything? It doesn't say that. Further delays led to another addendum on the September to 27th, 2023, extending the closing date to October 6th. Further delays. You mean the guy didn't you got ghosted? They got fucking ghosted. He didn't want the fucking house. He didn't give you no money. He didn't sign no contracts, or else it'd be up on the fucking screen. And you're just saying that your client just keeps extending it. Why is he not selling it? Why is he not trying to sell it on? Why is he trying to clock up money that this doctor owes who never entered a contract? Why is that occurring? It doesn't make sense. Yeah, so on September 28th. So it's been extended to 29th, yeah. And then they extended it to 6th. And then on 28th, modified it. If it didn't occur on the 6th, defendant will forfeit the earnest money. So he will forfeit the money he'd never paid. Right? So they're trying to say, we've extended this, you've ghosted us, and now you owe us 10 grand. And they've made the agreement. They haven't got it signed. They've no contracts or nothing, but they've just said it. So it exists. Right? October 1st, defendant failed to respond to the request and plaintiff executed the modified addendum. Right? October 1st. It was meant to be October 6th. Yeah. October 7th, plaintiff notified defendant the contract was terminated due to defendant's delays. All right, so it's like he's ghosted you, and then you're saying, right, okay, now I'm breaking up with you. I win. That's basically it, yeah? Well, defendant communicate issues with getting his financing and requested extension. Right, so here we go, right? This is some Maxwell fuck shit. Look at the writing here. Right. Sorry, I missed one. But further, defendant failed to fully disclose all financial information as required by the contract because he was ghosting you, yeah? But look at this writing here, right? While defendant communicate issues with getting his financing and requested, right? Do you know why it's written like that? Because they couldn't put defendant communicated that he had issues with financing. No. The defendant didn't communicate anything with you. He ghosted you. He didn't want to buy the flipping house. That's it. But look how you write it. So it could be, if it was read incorrectly or you were pulled up on it in court, you could be like, oh, no, it's a typo. Oh, my God. Am I not? Oh, my God. Thank you, Mop. Mop, as if you're the only one telling me. Oh, my God. Thank you, Mop. I'm a dickhead. No, you're not dumb, I am. Right, we'll just go from it. Due to the delays attributed to the defendant and his affiliates, plaintiff agreed to an addendum. Didn't say with defendant. Further delays led to another addendum. Yep. None of this says it's with. On September 28th, plaintiff requested the addendum be modified. So if closing did not occur on or before the 6th of October, defendant would forfeit the money. So they made their own agreement that if he didn't stop ghosting them, they'd have to pay him. I'm sorry. Pretty much read it verbatim though, at least. But this was it. While defendant communicate issues with getting his financing and requested, right? Sorry, now you can see. No, I've stopped being a dickhead thanks to Mark. You can see clearly what Maxwell's done here. He's trying to make it out like they've communicated that he has financing issues without saying they've communicated, because he didn't. He ghosted them. It failed and requested extension because of those issues. It failed to communicate what the issue were and if they could be overcome, leaving plaintiff in limbo. Plaintiff was ghosted. They didn't get the deposit. There was no further fucking communication. He didn't want the bloody house. Show the contract. And it'd be done, wouldn't it? It'd be done. And why? Why? Because it took a year and a half to even take this to court. Despite repeated requests for the release of earnest money, they kept pestering the doctor for 10 grand because that would make him enter into an agreement. Just like if AK would have responded in DC, she'd have entered into the jurisdiction there. Yeah? They know what they're doing. Defendant will... I'll give you 10 grand when I don't want your house and have no bloody contract. Defendant's conduct, including communications with the seller agent, indicating an intent to file lis pendens, further evidences its breach of agreement. What agreement? Show the fucking agreement. Sorry, there's no agreement. Isn't it funny? It's a breach of contract case as well. And look at the date again. It was filed the 6th of March, 2025. Deep in the case that he had with AK trying to tag her on the breach of contract, yeah? Plaintiff incorporates by reference the allegations contained in paragraphs 1 through 18 as fully set forth herein. Defendant's failure to timely perform the contractual... What contract? What contract? What contract? There's no contract. Including its refusal to release the earnest money deposit. Why would they give you a deposit on something they don't want? That's entering into a contract, you absolute behemoth. As a direct and proximate result of the defendant's breach, plaintiffs have suffered actual damages in the amount of $15,000 in addition to any applicable interest, costs, and attorney's fees. Wherefore art thou? Plaintiffs pray that this honourable court enters judgment in his favour, awarding plaintiffs damages, awarding pre-judgment and post-judgment interest, ordering settlement agent sharer entitled to its obligations under the agreement. What agreement? What agreement? Show the agreement. Awarding plaintiff its reasonable attorney fees, cost of suit reasonable. You're not a fucking attorney, Maxwell. You're a fucking ambulance chasing hat. I found one case of you winning. You stole a fucking granddaughter's home away from after a fucking grandparents died. That's the only fucking case I seen you win. Right? I'm here, Jane. Hang off it, Jane. Behemoth. Someone's screaming. Granting a trial by jury on all issues, source variable. Okay. So, you know, he's got this extensive paperwork, this tick list. His name, his practice's name. Tick, breach contract. That is it. There's no other information on that. Give me money. I ticked a box. Here's a summons. Yeah. Here's proof of service, which I found a bit weird, actually. So both times service was left with a guy called, or a woman called Christian. I knocked on the door. Mr. Christian, Mr. So it's a sir, accepted the legal documents on the behalf of Dr. Eric Cho. Christian is a black male, age 45, height 6 foot, and weight around 230. How dare you fucking assume someone's weight, Mister? Yeah. And then we got this one here. I knocked on the door and I let them know I have legal documents for Dr. Eric, and they accepted the documents, and it was Christian again. This was 18th of April. And this was the 28th of March. Why for? Why for? Have they had to put 2? Legal servings on the docket. So, in true, he is a winner, mop. He is a winner, chicken dinner. Genitalia Pondu, thank you, babes, for the $5 super chat. Replay gang, we'll catch up tonight. Thank you very much for being here, and thank you for the dono. So, obviously, in Maxwell true fashion, he files a default. Why? Well, one, he's the defendant, a year and a half after not buying a property or entering into any kind of contract, was served. Right? This guy plays on the fact that when you're served, you have to get legal counsel, or you might be a bit fucked. And that's what he's done here, innit? So, more people coming in. 10K. When talking New York real estate is equivalent to a penny. Seems there's something way more sus going on here. Well, it's not New York. This is the DC, Washington, DC. This is actually a case that was going on at the exact same time with Maxwell in the same court under the same judges. Hi, Fabio Fiasco. Good morning. And yeah, don't worry. Thank you for being here. Hi, Christina. Morning, everyone coming in. So, yeah, of course, he filed a motion of default. This case was initiated on the March 6th when plaintiff Lamont Holmes filed, and it was officially docketed the same day. The case involves a breach of contract. No contract has been shown or entered into evidence at all. Right? How can you go for breach of contract with no contract in place? He didn't even make the initial payment. So how was he entered into anything? He just didn't want the house. He ghosted the fucking property agent. And it was a year and a half after Maxwell's jumped on going, oh, I can get you some money for this. Hi, Samantha G. Thank you for being here. Another default. Wait till you see when it was resolved. Nope. This is the exact DC court that has just had his default judgment denied in. Yep. So he goes on to talk about what we've all just read. Legal standing. It's required for the court. Legal standing for service. You know, we all know this stuff by now. Nothing really, you know, it's copy and paste shit. The other side didn't know anything about this. They have no interest in this. So they've ignored it, and I'm just going to default them. Yep. So he wanted a default against the doctor. Remember, doctor is very, very specific with the caliber of defendant he goes after. Or plaintiff, reasonable attorney fees, i.e. Maxwell wants money for what exactly? And grant overruled such relief yet. Back to the lab again. So we've got motion denying order here. Why for? Why for would a Maxwell motion be denied in the Superior Court of the District of Columbia Civil Division? So, July 18th, this was denied. Now, July, District of Columbia Court might ring some alarm bells because it was 7 days after this that a judge in the same civil division denied a default judgment on Maxwell also. So you're going to understand, all these judges work these cases. There is no direct way to search Maxwell's cases. I searched for Judge Mary Beth and Maxwell's name, and this came up because at one point she was part of it. Yeah, I keep searching. They're hard to find. They are hard to find, but I cannot believe the first one I find was resolved in the same 7-day period as the one against AK, with the same lawyer, and the same end result. So the matter before the court on the plaintiff's motion for default, filed on April 29, 25, for reasons stated below, the motion is denied without prejudice, right? So, they can bring it back. Bring it back if you bring your contract, mate. That's what they're saying. Bring your contract, you can come back, yeah? So, Superior for Civil Rule 4 governs procedure for serving, process and filing proof thereof. Unless service is acknowledged, proof of service must be made to the court, except for service by blah, 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 right? Plaintiff filed the complaint that initiated the action on March 6th. According to the affidavits and service filed on March 28th and 24th of April, plaintiff personally served defendant Eric Chaw, right? However, when looking at each affidavit, both contain defects. For example, 28th affidavit checks the wrong box. That's registered agent is instead of an individual of suitable age who resides with the defendant, right? Additionally, the 24th of April affidavit also include a description of the individual who was served. Court is not inclined to accept proof of service and enter default when it requires looking at both affidavits as a whole. Instead, the court will provide plaintiff additional time to file an amended affidavit of service in accordance with the rules. In doing so, the court will reset the remote initial scheduling conference currently scheduled for June 6. Ordered, the plaintiff's motion for entry to default is denied. Order within 30 days, plaintiff shall file an amended affidavit in service. It is further ordered the remote scheduling, blah, blah, blah. Right. We get what's gone on there, don't we? Right? He's tried it again. He couldn't file right. Isn't it funny though, right, this is where I've come to the conclusion on, right? I don't think AK service was proper. I think the judge accepted it as proper because then she was able to look over the case and rule on the case. If she didn't deem service proper, then she wouldn't have been able to address Maxwell and Hussey down. Because here they took it very seriously. Like the description of AK's dad was totally wrong. It's out of state. There's so much going on there. And again, I think it's because she just, right, I accept that. I can be the one to rule over this. I can be the one to say, fuck off. Good morning, Sassy Mama. Welcome. So, that's that one. I have a plan. I did. And then everything goes mental. I find loads of stuff and like, what do I put in today's one? What do I put in the next one? And then I don't do the next one. Good times. Good times to be in my head. Let me have a little look, sir. They won't say Maxwell being a liar in court, but winning. But winning. But Harry won, and the lies he told, and Harry uses the exact same word for word rhetoric as he did in the case against AK. Oh yeah, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Let's go. I have timestamps written on my hand. I am very organised today. Just so you know. Mop again, great stream last night. Anyone who's not, well, it weren't Mop's channel. It's every What were you hoping to see? Is there something I can show that we're hoping? Yeah, I haven't got the video. I might have it somewhere. I've only got the voice, but I am working on getting the video. Oh, the contract, yeah. Yeah, the contract. You won't see the contract. The contract didn't exist. There wasn't one, right? What happened is they made an agreement that if they enter the contract, 10 grand had to be put up front. And they didn't enter it, and he just ghosted the guy. Didn't want the house. And then a year and a half later, he's trying to sue him because they couldn't sell the house. But yeah, I was surprised he popped up. I really were, Mop. Theo does what Theo does, and so do you, to be fair. But yeah, it was a lovely little reunion and a bit of a drag spit roast. Lisa, hi, darling. Oh, happy birthday to little Lisa. Oh, bless you. Well, I've got an email. You've got an email waiting for me, but absolutely ignore it till tomorrow. All right, lovely. And I hope she has the best day ever. It's like Christmas. I have to wait for mine to wake up at Christmas. Come on, do something. So we're gonna go from around here. There's more before. I intend to go through this stream fully, but I just wanted to highlight some of Maxwell's bullshittery. Happy birthday, little Lisa Simpson, you little darling. I hope you have the best day ever. Well, that day, love. Little Lisa S. Little Lisa. Oh, she is. Little mini you. My mini me is too mini me. Like, I'm sick of arguing with her because she's got all my own comebacks and I'm sick of it. She needs to knock it off. I'm so proud. So, let's have a listen to this. Put an overlay on because there's no... Oh, it's meant to say, tired of being ugly, being fat and ugly, just be ugly. 1-800 Maxwell. Hi, Ashley Eaton. Thank you for coming, love. Right, so let's listen to this little wanker. Bit of background. Hussey took DC to court after DC started it all, to be fair, and Hussey took her to court. He wanted a TRO, an injunction, because what that does is it makes the other side shut up and it puts them on a back foot when they do actually get into jury or trial or whatever they're going to go through it forward, yeah. That's what he wanted to do with AK. That's why they tried 3 times. That's why Clara paid out, because she had that on her. She was claiming she couldn't be a school teacher because she had it on her, because you'd want that in front of your children, wouldn't you? I know, it's what in it. It's like so proud, but at the same time, you can't bloody argue with them because they've got every answer, and it's like, I've created this monster, and I'm so flipping proud. Oh yeah, I will proper that. I was very excited for this. It was 7 p.m. my time. I got the day off work. I got rid of the kids. I had a bottle of wine, and this was like novella time. This was my shit. I was so into it. I started screen recording it, and I just couldn't get a good angle, so I stopped. But before that, I'd started voice recording it. I automatically assumed the voice recording stopped, but it didn't. So I got this, and you will get me cackling and giving rhetoric and shouting at the screen because I was very excited. Well, I was being a little knobhead and not sharing again. So yeah, there we go. I'm back. You'll hear it now.
Of events, I understand that your client is contending that the loss of income indeed is prejudicial, and it is irreparable, and that your client believes that the remedy here at this juncture during the litigation is the removal of certain items from the internet. That being said, would you like your client to provide testimony on any other issue that perhaps you have not already provided proffers on?
Go on, DC. Go on.
Now is the time.
Do it. Do it.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh,
Okay,
thought it would
I'm
DC.
looking to see if we covered it. No, I would have covered already. My apologies.
that's okay. And sir, you have already been sworn in.
Let's hear
Yes.
Cliffy. Spoiler, Cliffy was never called. Cliffy had to sit in the back and not listen to any of it as he was a witness, and they forgot about him.
Your Honor. Sure. I would like to ask some questions on the effectiveness business, because I would also like to show the court one video where the defendant is admitting to what she's attempting to do, like her intent.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay. So, Mr. Chukashin, can you please?
Did you hear who's speaking all weird and that? Then I think I did miss where it pinged. I think it was about here, but
Sure.
it might have just
Judicial,
been.
and it is irreparable, and that your client the internet. That being said,
Thought it would DC.
I'm looking to see if we covered it. No, I would have covered already. My apologies.
that's okay. And sir, you have already been sworn in.
Let's hear
Yes.
Cliffy.
Your Honor. Sure.
That was him reading Sam's messages. Well, what happened is DC was sat there, we could hear her and everything. And then when Cliff came up on screen and he mentioned he was a witness, DC suddenly had all these technical issues, and we haven't. No, the go on, Clara, talk. You don't need to. He's coming up, but yeah, she did seem to have all these technical issues all of a sudden when she saw Cliff's name. And at the beginning, it does. I can go back. Let's get this bit out. But yeah, at the beginning, Judge is like, I can't believe you're content creator and you can't even get your mic and video to work. And it was when Cliff had come in, so it might be right there for a rare occasion.
I would like to ask some questions on the effect on his business, because I would also like to show the court one video where the defendant is admitting to what she's attempting to do, like her intent.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay. So, Mr. Chukashin, can you please state and spell your name for the record?
Ken, K-E-N, Chukashian, C-H-O-O-K-H-A-C-H-I-A-N.
Thank you. Can you explain to the court how your monetary business works?
Listen to this, how his monetary business works, his living, how he makes his bread, his dough, what he spreads for, yeah? How his business works is he claimed that he was blind because of malpractice and he gets a check every month. That's his main business. We all know it.
So I get donations from viewers/supporters, and I also get paid from Twitch.
And how much money were you making per month before this thing started?
$1,500, $1,700.
And how much are you making now?
$600, $700.
Absolute bollocks, because the second all this started off with DC, that's when he got all his fucking donations. That's when everyone was in his chats. Everyone was sparing him on. Even we were in the background helping him. The numbers are bollocks. The numbers are bollocks. Prove it, bitch. It doesn't prove anything in any court, ever.
I think the most I've made was 1,900.
And so how has this affected your business?
It's affected my business financially. It has affected my business as far as me performing. I am emotionally disturbed by the fact that my character.
He's fucking disturbed, all right. But this is listen to this rhetoric now. This is in 24. This is well before anything. Oh no, it's 23 actually. Sorry. Well before anything against AK was elicited, started anything like that. Listen.
Is being denigrated every day. I'm seeing a therapist right now. I'm fearful of my life, of my safety, being called a sex predator, a bomb. I pay boys to have sex with them. I'm a dangerous person. She has wished me to get beat up. I have a clip of her and her boyfriend. She says, I think she bragged.
Yeah, she did wish for him to be beat up. No comment.
Bragged about it and she boasted about it. Don't give him the credit. I said I want you to get beat up at a bar. I said that I want a bouncer to come and beat you over the head.
Jose, calm down. Stop being emotional. Stick to the facts.
Goal is she has.
See, I were in Us's corner. I was. But yeah, it's all the same rhetoric, isn't it? A word for bloody word. Apocalypse Punch. Hi, nice to see you.
Also said in a clip that I am going to destroy your channel. I am going to take away all of your supporters. I am going to make sure you don't make any money.
Let me stop you right there. So I'm going to now show what I have marked as place of exhibit number 31. I'm going to show just a small part for verification purposes.
Now, before you do that, Mr.
Oh,
Mac,
where's that? With that other one? I'm just going to show a small part for verification purposes. I'm only going to use a short clip take all the context out of it. Yeah, he's just done that again, hasn't he, with Vicky? Hi, good morning, Scarlett. Right, gorgeous.
So 2 questions. Number 1, did you provide any exhibits you intend to use previously to the court?
I did not. I meant to start with that one. I apologize, Your Honor, because I found out about your general order just this morning.
This is some prime legal expertise here, yeah? He was meant to start with it, of course, yeah? Of course he was meant to start with this.
That one, I apologize, Your Honor, because I found out about your general order just this morning. I know it says you had to submit evidence 2 days before by email, so that did not occur.
Did you provide it to Ms. Biederman?
I don't. Yeah, oh yeah, I sent her all of my evidence way back when, but I did not specifically send her evidence I was going to use today.
Well, Mr.
Not seen it.
Well, that defeats the purpose of presentation prior to the hearing. Ms. Biederman has a right to know what evidence will be used against her client.
This did annoy me. This did annoy me with this judge because she has a right to know. She has a right to see the evidence beforehand. But then this judge does just let things go in. But we were on Uss's side at that minute, so we were like, "Yes, let it go in." We were like, it. You can hear me tapping away. I'm typing to Sam, saying how much of a dickhead Maxwell is, and I can't believe how unprepared and how much of a fucking liar he is. No, it's Lisa's daughter's birthday, but everyone wish happy birthday to Lisa's daughter. Whoop, whoop.
And the right to review it in case she will need rebuttal. And so, can you describe the video clip? Perhaps Ms. Biederman or Ms. Frank may have knowledge of it and have independently seen it.
Well, this is a clip of Mrs. Frank on her live video showing, essentially showing a clip of Mr. Chukachin and another one of his subscribers paused, and she then said specifically what.
Chuka-chan, well, the names are great. Insults, I don't even know I'm doing them, Matt. I don't mean to. But yeah, I did call Capone a sausage because she is an absolute fucking sausage.
She's intending to do to Mr. Chukachin through her actions.
What is the date of the video?
I don't actually have the date of the video. These videos don't have timestamps on them. Mr. Chukachin, you know the date of the video?
Well, another time he doesn't have an exact date and that. It's just that, just trust me, bro. Trust me, bro.
Probably sometime this year.
Okay, well, how is
I'm sorry.
all right. How, Mr. Maxwell, then how is this video appropriate for the hearing, for the instant motion before the court? There must be some immediacy here. If the video was a year ago, then certainly it would not be reasonable for the court to consider a video that was made a year ago. And so the court will need more of a foundation laid here before you can play the video, especially given the fact that it was not provided to the court, nor was it provided to Ms. Biederman. And you don't have details such that Ms. Biederman may recollect that she's already seen this video.
Sure, I would note that this is a hearing for a preliminary injunction, and so the. Sure, I would note that this is a hearing for a preliminary injunction.
I thought he said sir and not your honor. Yeah, it is my keyboard. Tap, tap, tap.
So the rules of evidence aren't as stringent as they would be for a trial. Secondly, I'm going to note, normally for these type of hearings, evidence isn't actually shared between the parties. The fact this is going on for a while is why it should have been shared. I understand that one. But normally these type of hearings, evidence is not shared back and forth in that time frame. Secondly,
I appreciate your understanding, Mr. Maxwell, of the rules, but I have a supplemental order that is contrary to your understanding.
Maxwell has his own understanding of the rules and he makes them up, like, I loved it when that judge, was it McKenna? He reminds me of Judge Simpson. And he said to him, "Oh, are you on about this hearsay rule?" He's like, "Yeah." He went, "Yeah, but you don't recognise that." Bitch is just grasping.
Of the rules. And I do require that evidence is provided so that there are no delays can you email Ms. Biederman now the video and the court, the video that you intend to show?
Let me check the size of the video. It's a short clip and make sure it's emailed.
That's not proper at all. Like this judge, right? He's been in front of 4 or 5 judges in DC just in Us's case, and there's only this judge who's acted this way. All the rest sing through the bullshit. This one does really like seem to be bothered about how she comes across, like, you know, very strict on pronouns and stuff like that. That's evident earlier in the case. Yeah.
67 megabytes. That I think that's too big, but what I can try to email it, but I can also share it through my file sharing program to both your clerk and the other side, if the court's okay with that.
Okay.
I can tell you I have not seen any videos. He has not sent me any videos at any point during this. And we would object to, particularly since they can't even tell us the date or when it was showed, when it was shared, and on what forum. And then I haven't seen it before now.
Well, I can say when it was shared. I apologize. I cut the court off. My apologies.
That's okay. I must, even though this is a preliminary injunction hearing, and there are some informalities that we can observe, there still must be relevancy to exhibits. And so, when was the video shared? I believe you were about to tell the court that date.
Yes, when Mrs. Biederman first entered the case, she asked me for what I had, and that's when I shared everything I had at the time. Now, it's possibility that I have some evidence that she did not see because I have not reshared anything.
So that's when I shared everything ahead of time, but there's possibility she hasn't seen everything. So you haven't shared everything ahead of time. Look at your little fucking word salad there, Maxwell.
I shared it through my original system, which was Clio, based on her first request to see everything.
Okay, I think I was not clear. Perhaps I misunderstood Ms. Biederman, but here's the court's concern. The video must still be relevant to the requests that you are seeking on behalf of your client. And so the court is.
I'd go as far to say he's probably had someone do the fucking bar for him because he's passed it twice, and I don't know how, because he doesn't know case law, he doesn't know how to present himself in court, he doesn't know how to exhibit evidence. There's like literally they call me uneducated and stupid, and I've been able to outwit this fucker since the fucking start. Like, seriously, how's that possible if he's a bar passer?
Unaware as to when this video was shared on the social media platforms. The contention is that these videos have been shared, and there's a likelihood that future videos will be shared, but of course there must be some.
Oh, I didn't hear that. I'm just not sure that Maxwell would have the capability to talk in court, message Sam and get as much information that she sent to him and talk to Cliff at the same time. I just don't see it, but it's a possibility for sure. Hi, serial killer Jeans. I had to have that explained to me, the name. So it's like a meme where it's like serial killer and then people who wear jeans to bed, and like they're on the same, like the scales even. So yeah, I get it now. I thought she would try and have a dig at Sam. She, he, whoever they are. Hi, Wiki Crafter. You're right, darling.
Some immediacy as it relates to injunctive relief. So the court would need some idea as to when the video was shared on public platforms.
Jenna, I would put forth that while this was something that was shared towards the beginning, so my client said sometime within this year, and I don't want to speculate, but it was sometime between December and March. So it was early on in the process. But the relevancy is because this is a statement she makes before she.
That makes a lot of sense, because that would have been before Sam was messaging him. Because you see, when Sam messages him, he goes blank. There's literally huge pauses and stuttering. But yeah, I can imagine he sat in background and And Cliff's like, just tell me who's next is. She's doing this on purpose. She's scared of me. It's all about me. She's obsessed with me.
She goes all in as to what she is going to do, what her intent is of her actions. And so the fact that she has now followed through with those actions only comport with the irreparable harm that she, if not stopped, she will continue down this road until she gets what she's after.
Okay, what other, if any, videos or evidence do you intend to introduce at this hearing?
I was only going to, I had like 20 some videos, but given what we're doing now, I was only going to do that one.
So
He had 20 something videos, but given what they're doing now, he was only going to exhibit that one. Yeah? It's just things like, fuck it, let it go through. Just like with Judge McKenna and Lucrezia, where she was objecting, and it's just like, well, let it go through because it's only getting the weight it deserves. Alex Glitter, hello, darling. I would give a special tribute to you at the beginning of the stream, love.
purpose of this video is to show the likelihood of future harm as it relates to social media posts.
Yes, Your Honor. And I'm happy for the court to take it for the weight is given under the circumstances of the rules.
Okay, I'll allow it.
Thank you, Your Honor. And so, Mr. Chukson, I'm going to play a little piece of it so you can verify this is the video, and then I will play the rest of it. Let me share this video to everyone.
I was just looking to see what they were. It looked like cornbread. And I thought, they like cornbread? Oh, what the hell? Motherfucker.
What?
Oh, I just got glitter bombed.
Okay, I'll allow it.
Thank you, Your Honor. And so, Mr. Chukson, I'm going to play a little piece of it so you can verify this is the video, and then I will play the rest of it. Let me share this video to everyone.
Don't you miss the good old days? But yeah, just letting everyone know Alex Glitter got her fucking name. Yeah. I love the reaction as well.
Mr. Chukson, do you see the video?
It's blurry, but yes, I do see it.
Okay.
Over his former donors, his community members.
Did you hear Mrs. Fink's voice?
I do.
All right. Is that Mrs. Fink's voice?
It is.
Is that her picture showing up on the left hand
I'm eating jelly beans and I'm very happy about it. They're really good.
side?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Over his former donors, his community members. He's a predator. He's a predator, plain and simple. Predator.
Is that her picture showing up on the left hand side?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Over his former donors, his community members. He's a predator. He's a predator, plain and simple. Predatora. Because you're a fucking predator. You're a predator. Because you're a fucking predator. How many more times do you want me to say it, hussy? You are a predator. Yep, that's exactly what the fuck you are. He's a fucking psycho.
Oh shit!
Psycho. He's fucking psycho. He's fucking psycho. Do you want me to feel sorry for this motherfucker living in a high rise with a doorman on the ground floor because he feels threatened? Pussy.
She has called me predator, chomo, pedo. She has wished me to get beat up. That's what
I sure did wish for you to get beat up. You're goddamn right I did.
Oh my
Yeah.
flipping
I said that I wanted you to get your ass beaten and handed to you. That in my experience, over his.
Mr. Chukson, was that the video you were describing?
Yeah, I was a little bit excited and added a few lines. And yes, they won this because of Lisa and Sam. End of.
yes. And in that video,
I'm dead for it.
recent
I'm
video.
dead.
I can tell from the background where she is in Ron Corbin's home, which means that she's already living there and she moved in not too long ago. That's a recent video.
Can you give the court a time frame?
I would say 5 months, 4 months.
Oh,
Thank you, that's what I
shit.
have.
Okay, any cross-examination, Ms. Biederman?
Shut your mouth, Donna.
Well, just because
Just don't. Just
you think it was
don't.
filmed in Ron's house doesn't mean it was after she moved in, correct? I mean, she could have been visiting. It's just since she knew.
Well, she could have been, but remember when she didn't show up for Us's hearing, she fucking went and ran herself off to what is it? DVA, whatever, the fucking driving people in America and got license changed. That was within that time frame. So yeah, it would have been fair to say she lived there.
Yeah.
That video is no more than 5 months old for what I think.
Okay, but that's just what you think by looking at it at this point.
Yes.
Okay.
That's not an old video. And just, Judge, can I just
Well, there's, I believe you've answered that question. Your lawyer can make closing arguments. Anything further?
Yeah, shut the fuck up, Ussy. Every fucking case is always trying to intervene and tell the judge the job.
Ms. Biederman?
Isn't it true though that she's been streaming from Indiana from that home since last summer?
No.
That is a recent video.
What is that based on? Just the location?
The background.
The way that I remember that video. That's a recent video, not based on location. And her videos are still up. Those videos are still up where she calls me those things. And
These videos are not available to the public, right?
Yes, they are.
her videos are available, unless she deleted them. I don't go to her channel because it gives me depression when I watch these things. And as far as her Twitter, she had privated her.
It's Clara who gives him depression. It doesn't go to Clara's because it gives him depression, but it goes in court and says, I go to their pages, I go to their Twitter, I go to their YouTubes.
Tweets for months and months, for like 3 months. She just unprivated. So I don't know what she was saying for this 2 months, 3 months. She could have very well still been going after me. Why did she private her
Since
tweets?
the spring. Well,
so how did that affect you if you didn't know that if she was or not? But she's to be punished as if she was because you didn't know?
since the spring, her tweets have been private, right?
Last time I checked, it was public, but it was private for at least 2 months.
Okay, so it was private through the summer, right?
I don't know.
No.
Okay. But that's the approximate time period you're
No.
talking about.
Don't let her lead you, we'll say.
You're talking about, you said at least 2 months, and that was during the summertime, right?
Nope, don't be a
That you're
bitch.
talking about recently.
I don't remember exactly, to be honest with you. I don't write dates down like that, but she had privated for a while,
Okay.
and I wasn't able to see what she's tweeting about.
Okay.
But she was talking about me in other people's chats. She was going on panels in other people's platform and continuing her slander and defamation.
Well, we have talked about certain words that have been used here. That's what we're talking about when you say talking about you, right?
The video you
The
just
predator,
watched,
the
dumbass.
Scammer, the liar, those
No.
things.
No, she called me a sex.
Yeah, I did see that, Alex. I saw it happen when it went down and sent it to the relevant people. 1 second.
Yeah, but for yeah. Look at this. Belinda, please look at the chat. Actually, let me pull up the chat on my phone because I want to see the reactions. Hold on. I gotta get a third fucking monitor at this point.
Yeah, for those of you that's wondering what that is French Fry Girl on a Tumblr.
Does she realize she can get fucked?
Creepy.
Well, does she not realize that FFG, I'm sure, could do something legally? We all know
Yeah.
FFG has the money to do something legally. Why would you do so? You know who's behind this, right?
Sam.
I'm a YouTube live streamer.
And what Lucifer said, didn't learn from DC Media Girl. Apparently not.
There's one more, right? Hold on. Look at that. Oh my God. And you know what's also what Yaba doesn't think about?
What does it say?
Last seen 2020 something, height 4'11". I'm sure the weight's there too. What I don't understand is I'm pretty sure FFG has a manager, a YouTube. You know what I mean? Like when you get big enough, they usually assign you somebody at YouTube, right? You know what I'm saying? Does she not worry that this could be enough where the person's like, hey, this YouTuber named the YouTube Underground is using my photo, mocking me, mocking my weights. And I'm assuming a woman who makes as weights. And I'm assuming a woman who makes as much money as FFG has pull. That's all I'm going to say about that.
I just want to say this. Now, you look what it took. This bitch is going to try to shame French Fry Girl into getting on camera when this motherfucker literally had to go through a massive surgery.
I can't. Yato goes,
life-threatening surgery. Basically, bitch could have died. Okay, before the bitch would get on camera. She let you bully her into getting on camera.
I sure
Let's
did.
not fucking forget.
I own her, man. I own that heifer. Look at what Yato said. Hey, Yaba's so she has smaller.
Exactly, Gato. And I'm looking at it. I'm looking at her live right now, and I'm like, she ain't lost that much fucking weight, and that's kind of.
Oh, wouldn't that be great if this is what gets FFG to be like, hello, hi, it's French Fry Girl, one of your top earners in Canada. Yeah, this woman is just body shaming me, which is against TOS. Like, imagine Yaba takes herself out. I wouldn't feel bad. I'm sorry. I wouldn't feel bad. I would not feel a fucking.
So that's Cliffy saying that he bullied a woman into getting surgery that could have caused her death, whilst laughing about ending Yaba through bullying. You slash your titties off. You had a fucking tummy tuck. I got a fucking clip the other day where you said you had a fupa removal. You've said these things, Clifford. We get to say them about you. Okie dokie.
Predator.
Okay, do you have proof that she called you a sex predator?
I most certainly do. I have it. I will get it, but I need about 10 minutes. She has indirectly.
When did she call you a sex predator?
Well, excuse me. First of all, I need the parties to speak, or the party and the lawyer, Ms. Biederman, to speak one at a time. I need a clear record. And I also need the both of you to maintain your decorum. So, Ms. Biederman, please allow him to finish his answer. And then, sir, please allow Ms. Biederman to ask you another question before you proceed to answer a question that you anticipate. So, to the extent that you were not finished, please so continue.
Thank you.
We just watched a video.
I have evidence of her calling me a sex predator. I have evidence of her indirectly affirming
like a
that I am
cow.
a homo.
A who?
Child molester.
All right. Next.
Evidence of her saying that I have an obsession with Negs' kids. I have these evidence, yes, and I can provide it.
Well, what do you mean by you have indirect evidence?
Do you want me to play that? I have that actually.
No, I want to know what you mean when you say the words, I have indirect evidence.
I didn't say it. I said she has indirectly affirmed that I am a child molester. Her boyfriend said, I am a child molester, and she said yes.
So that's what you mean by indirectly? Somebody else said it and she agreed with it?
Yeah, that's basically, she agreed with it. She's saying it. I have that on record.
Okay. And you have talked about her or her boyfriend's 15-year-old child in addition, although you did not share his photo. Is that right?
No, I talked about his parenting. I have no interest in talking about his child.
You have not been talking about his child, his 15-year-old child?
No.
Online?
So Lane, I used to drink energy drinks. 2000. So my drink of choice in the early 2010s was hey Antini, vodka, sugar-free Red Bull, and vodka. That was my drink of choice when I went out during my party days, my early 30s, late 20s, and I would drink vodka, sugar-free Red Bull. And a couple months before I was getting ready for my surgery, my removal, my fupa removal. Vodka, sugar-free Red Bull. And a couple months before I was getting ready for my surgery, my removal, my fupa removal.
So, bitch, shut the fuck up. You've had your titties chopped, your fupa removed, you've had fucking everything done, and you still look like that, and you still got wonky fucking eyes, you absolute plank.
I can see you, Masuma. I started getting chest pains. And I'd be like, ooh. And I didn't want to tell the plastic surgeon because I didn't want him to cancel my surgery. It was like 2 months in advance. And I'd go out and I would drink.
So he's a non-compliant patient as well. He lied to his surgeon to get fucking fupa removed. All right, Chantel, carry on. Did you like plank, Mark?
my vodka sugar-free Red Bull, thinking I'm being healthy, and then the next day, chest pains. Well, I stopped drinking Red Bull. Don't sue me, Red Bull. This is my experience. All experiences are different, and it went away. I've never had an energy drink since then. I don't drink juice, Arlene. If you know me, if you're new here, juice to me is just such a waste of calories. I'd rather just eat the piece of fruit and get the fiber. But even then, I'd rather just I eat vegetables really. Once in a while, I'll have like a banana or maybe like a clementine, a cutie, but I don't eat a lot of fruit.
No, he just drinks fucking diarrhea. But yeah, he said he had his fupa removed. He said he had his titties chopped. He said he had his fucking belly button realigned. But he's bullied a woman into fucking having life-threatening surgery, has he? And he's proud of it. Plank. Yeah. Nope.
If I had said that he is not a great father, in my opinion, that's not talking. That's not predatory behavior.
DC, come back. DC pissed off on the screen. That's why I was thinking for her to come back, because I wanted to see a little face here again.
Nothing further right now.
Okay, Mr. Maxwell, any redirect? It must be quick.
Yes, Your Honor. I apologize. I just need to. I need to show the evidence to Mr.
Oh, I apologise. I just need to finish reading my message from Sam.
It was asked for. That they asked for proof that she said sexual predator. I just need to show that video real quick. Shukichin is. I'm sorry?
Or before you do that.
It's the best thing about being British, Mania. You can say anything and it can sound bad. Like I called fucking Capone's sausage the other day. Like, I could be like, you absolute skirting board. And it'd still be funny. It'd still be the fucking insult. It's bloody great. Is it? You fucking rug. It's great. It's great. You just have to say fucking in front of it, I think.
So you must lay a foundation. When was the video prepared?
So it was prepared on February 12th, 2023.
February 12th, 2023.
Right, so he only had one video to put in, but Sam just sent him another. And when was it prepared? Not when did it air, when was it prepared? They are, aren't they? Yeah, I'm like, you're an absolute wet wipe, mate. You're an absolute wet wipe.
23 on what platform?
Twitch.
Okay, and who was in the video?
It's just Mrs. Frank also showing a video of Mr. Chukachin and one of his supporters. It's similar to the same one we already.
And this is a direct response to the line of questioning as to whether or not there was evidence of the plaintiff being called a sex predator. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you may play it.
I'm going to add something to this, Kenny.
So, Mr. Chukachin, do you recognize Mrs. in this video?
Yes, I do.
Is she the one on the left?
Yes, she is.
I'm going to add something to this.
Is that her voice?
Yes, it is.
Kenny. I take back, I don't know how many of you heard me last night during the Quadrant of Terror.
Can you raise the volume?
Nice thing up.
I apologize, I can't get the volume to go any louder.
Okay.
About you. I was trying to be tactful and diplomatic when I was on Chef Leftovers stream. I take all that back. You are a sex predator, Kenny. Take me to court. I'm going to add something to.
All right, Mr. Maxwell, I assume that there are no more videos.
No, Your Honor, that would be the last one.
All right.
I have no further questions.
All right, the court is ready to rule. However, Ms. Biederman, I recognize that you have not had an opportunity to question Ms. Frank, and I don't want to deprive you of that opportunity, although the court has all the information it believes that it needs. However, if you believe that it is in your client's interest to testify, I certainly
Talk,
will allow you to do
Clara.
that now.
Talk when you don't need to.
Yes, I do.
Talk,
Will allow you to
Clara.
do that now.
Talk when you don't need to. There you go, my Lisa. I know that's your favourite bit. Talk, Clara. Talk when you don't need to. She was done. She heard that lawyer say that. Clara never said them things and then heard it coming straight out of her mouth. So the judge was done. The judge was done.
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Okay.
Ms. Frank, when is the last time you made any statement about the plaintiff in this case? Online. Ms. Frank, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, good. Before commenting on the witness list, I can't even remember the last time.
Before commenting on the witness list, you absolute weapon.
I did. It was months ago, maybe weeks ago. I don't remember. I haven't streamed about him in months, and I haven't tweeted about him in months.
Okay. Do you have any plans to do so in the future?
Absolutely not.
Why did this problem between you and the plaintiff arise?
Well, it was in 2021. He was being hounded, and his channel was being reported by many, many, many people. He wanted me to help put a stop to it. I told him that I couldn't do that, that I didn't have the power to do it. Mr. Chukachin had gotten very, very angry at a couple of other content creators and was losing his temper on Twitter for weeks. I told him, I tried warning him that if he didn't calm down and stop responding in such a hostile way, he was probably going to lose his channel. and that there was nothing that I could do to stop hundreds and hundreds of people from what couldn't have done more at the time.
What do you mean by his channel ended up coming down?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
What do you mean by his channel ended up coming down?
YouTube took his channel down for bullying and harassment.
And when was that?
What was the date DC's came down? Was it like around this time or just after or just before? I'm quite curious. On that note as well, I just need to nip downstairs. I've just heard a child need me. So if you can just bear with me for 2 minutes, I'll be straight back.
We're only bodega when you don't want to listen. Shutting down detractors is your number one mission. We watch you rage, we hear your lies. Only the gullible don't realize. Show GG his ass. Sam Bodega. Call out his lies. Yabba Bodega. Clip Hussey and Gigi's words. Lisa Bodega. Cover the turd. Nikki P. Bodega. Sing songs on their actions. Jan Bodega. Realize their grip. Take a tape. Bodega. Speak up after attack. Charlie Bodega. Her victim dares to speak. Farrah Bodega. The list goes on and it won't stop growing. Call Lucy and Gigi out, and on the list you will be going. Cut out his lies. Yabba Bodega. Clip Hussey and Gigi's words. Lisa Bodega. Cover the turd. Nikki P. Bodega. Sing songs on their actions. Jan Bodega.
I hope you guys like that. And thank you, Hussey, for starring in my music video. Oh, hi, Crazy Cat Lady. Yeah, bodega's so bad. Ooga booga. Yeah. Bodega is just a word for when you don't want to address anything, deal with anything, or give anything the time of day. That's all it's used for these days. And we can just own it. Because I'd rather be associated with bodega than the fucking Grift Gang. I can tell you that for now. Rats on a sinking ship.
That was, I think it was sometime in the late summer, early fall, maybe the fall of 2021. I'm not quite sure.
Didn't have anything to do with that or any culpability for anything like that?
No. One individual content creator cannot get a channel taken down unless they are a huge content creator in the millions. My subscriber rate was like...
I don't know if you can hear, but I was really enjoying watching this whilst it went down.
10 or 11,000 at the time. I did not report his channel. I had nothing to do with it. But again, there were hundreds of people reporting his channel. His tweets were extremely inflammatory. And he wouldn't stop. So people reported his channel. And he's lost a number of YouTube channels since then for the same reason.
And what happened between then and the spring of this year?
Well, my boyfriend, Ron Corbin, who goes by Neg online.
How weird is it saying boyfriend when you're like mid-50s? Like, you know, I'm not still with the person I had children with. I've had relationships since, and I never call them boyfriends. I call them like my fella, my guy, something like that. I wouldn't say my boyfriend at 50 odd year old, put it that way.
had a falling out with Mr.
Everyone in the court's calling her Mrs. because, like, she's that old that she has to be Mrs.
Chukachian about another court case that he was involved in. There was a lot of bad blood when Negs and I, when Mr. Corbin and I decided to bury the hatchet, and then eventually when we got together, Mr. Chukachian.
She called him Negs. Negs. My boyfriend Negs. What? You hearing this shit?
Chukachian would not stop talking about us every single day. Mr. Chukachian sent the police to our home. It wasn't my home at the time. It was Mr. Corbin's home at the time over a dispute involving Twitch. Mr. Chukachian then proceeded to lie for weeks about sending the police here. And it was a wellness check, although according to
Rhetoric. There's no evidence. There's no evidence on that side either. The only evidence the judge is bothered about is the fact that your lawyer said you never said them words, and then she heard you saying them words immediately after. Your lawyer was fucking pissed that you lied to her. You made her look like a 8 numpty.
His friends, Mr. Chukachian, called the Connersville Police Department over and over and over and over again, trying to get a police officer sent to his house. And it's not the first time he's done it. I said, Mr. Chukachian, a cease and desist.
Sustained. Ms. Frank, you are not to provide any further testimony as it relates to this incident. And Ms. Biederman, I'd like you to direct your client to only.
Because I lost interest. It was too much.
Okay. And you have said that you know that he is making more money now than before. How do you know that?
Well, I mean, he's openly shown a pair of $1,000 sneakers that one of his subscribers sent him. He's often boasting about how generous his audience is and how much money they send him. Occasionally, he will hold up the phone to the camera to show a very large donation that came in.
Your boyfriend knows that.
So, and his subscriber count has gone up. So, I don't know the exact money he's making, but he's boasted about it.
How do you know his subscriber count has gone up?
Because there are websites that can track subscribers on a number of different social media platforms. And he's also said that now he has over 2,000 subscribers on Twitch. When he first went on Twitch, or when I first started paying attention, he had under 1,000. So he's clearly gaining subscribers.
That's me typing to Sam going, this judge has already decided they've lost. She's just fucking not even listening to Clara right now. Type.
Ms. Biederman?
Yeah, I'm just looking at my notes. 1 second. Court's indulgence. Okay, I have no further questions.
All right. Any redirect quickly, Mr. Max?
She was a fucking hack, that Biederman, to be fair. And like, if I played it from the beginning, I'm like watching her, and you're like, Clara's like, they start talking, and she just starts popping a pill. I'm like, what the fuck? She just popped to get through this shit.
Wow.
Yes, Your Honor. Quick redirect.
Sorry, any cross-examination?
Yes, Your Honor. Father, quick cross, Your Honor. So you admit that you have a subscriber base of at least 10,000 people.
Not on Rumble, I don't. That was YouTube. On Rumble, I have under 1,000 subscribers. I have maybe 850.
So this is after she. So just like Ussie does against Clara, Clara never admits that she's been taken down for inappropriate behaviour and breaking TOS. Yeah. So at least we got that day pinned down.
How many subscribers do you have on Twitter?
I don't know, maybe 1,300.
Okay. And do you admit that they retweet the things that you post?
Sure, that's Twitter. That's how it works.
So it was your intent that when you post something, other people would share to other people?
No, it's not my intent. I tweet because I have something on my mind. It's not my intent to have people reshare it.
Okay. Next thing, do you admit now that you called Mr. Chukachin a sex predator?
I guess I did. I heard it.
Right. And do you have a basis? Do you have a basis for calling him a sex predator?
Well, he had tweeted out a picture of himself with an obviously, or what appeared to be a very impaired, much younger man covered in lipstick. And the caption was, "The proof is in the pudding." And many people found that the man looked like he was passed out. His eyes were closed. And a number of people on Twitter were speculating as to whether or not that man was drunk, on drugs, something of that nature. But yeah, I mean, this is a man who, according to a number of witnesses, has requested sexual material from men.
He wants to see your butthole, you little teapot.
Straight men online. It's an opinion. It's an opinion. I don't have evidence of an arrest record or anything like that. It is an opinion that I formed based on what I saw of his behavior.
Okay, last question. You mentioned that there's a website you can go to track Mr. Chukachin's subscribers online.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you have tracked Mr. Chukachin's online subscribers.
No, somebody sent it to me, and I sent it to my attorney.
What? No further questions, Your Honor.
Any redirect?
Just quickly, after this case was filed and up until recently, were your channels private or public?
My Rumble channel is public. I don't have a YouTube channel, and I do not have a Twitch channel, by the way. I've never had a Twitch channel. And my Twitter was private until about 3 weeks ago. I used my Twitter to promote live streams.
Like, she just sounds so fucking conceited and self-serving and up her own arse, doesn't she? And then you're looking at the little rat and you're like, who the fuck are you thinking you're above anybody? And yeah, I'd have maybe acted a bit more coy if I was you, DC.
Are you talking about
But
Mr.
it was private for months. I'm sorry?
Talking about Mr. Kuchachian on Twitter?
What's your
I'm
question?
sorry?
Are you talking about Mr. Kuchachian on Twitter?
No.
Are you talking about him on Rumble?
Nope.
No further questions.
Okay, the court does not need to hear closing arguments in this case. I think the court has provided both parties a fulsome opportunity to be heard. The court is ready to rule. The court, of course, mentioned at the onset that a temporary restraining order is not appropriate at this juncture, given the fact that the motion for a temporary restraining order and preliminary injunction was filed in March of 2023, but the court would consider the merits of whether or not a preliminary.
Oh, I didn't know that, Mark. I started playing bass in lockdown. Just what's it called? Davy 505, is he? He slaps bass. He made me buy bass. That was fun whilst it lasted. But yeah, I'll definitely visit you there, Mark.
A preliminary injunction is appropriate in this case. And so in doing so, the court must consider a few factors. The first is whether or not there's a likelihood of success on the merits. And that is whether or not there's a likelihood of success on the merits of the complaint.
This is why they need the TROs and the preliminary injunctions before they go forward with the case, because that's already the court deciding that they believe you have merit with your case, and that's why DC folded like a fucking house of cards.
Filed by the plaintiff. The court finds that there is a likelihood of success on the merits of the case based upon what the record currently demonstrates. Although the defendant contends that the statements are just opinions and made in jest and hyperbole, the court cannot imagine a scenario in which being called a sexual predator or a psycho is simply made in jest or hyperbole. But
Hussey does it all the time, all the fucking time. Yeah, I electric bass I could about 4 riffs.
Of course, the court finding that this factor leans in favor of the plaintiff, which it does find, does not suggest that the plaintiff will indeed be successful in this case before a jury. But at this juncture, the court's inquiry is only whether or not there's a likelihood of success. And the court finds the answer to that question, yes, to be yes. As to the second element, as to whether or not there is likely irreparable harm in the absence of preliminary relief, our Superior Court Rule 65 provides that if there is a showing of immediate or irreparable injury, irreparable means cannot be cured absent the relief that Ms. Frank joined in the choir rather, in agreeing that the plaintiff is a pedophile and that this allegedly occurred on Twitch. While this was not on Ms. Frank's platform, it was on someone else's platform, and at some point it was public, but subsequently was made private. The court also saw plaintiff's one, which is a video made in early March of this year. The plaintiff testified that he believes it was 4 to 5 months ago. And in that video, Ms. Frank states, and I quote, excuse the court's language, "You are a predator and a fucking psycho."
I don't know why I've just got a rate thing for people, especially in authority, reading things out verbatim. Usually in a court setting, it does something to me. I don't know. It's a spot. It tickles every funny bone I've got in me. It's just amazing hearing. Like, I wonder what I'd sound like being read out verbatim. Oh, and on that note, I'm gonna start elocution lessons. Last 10 minutes of each stream, I'm gonna do some elocution lessons and learn to talk proper. Obviously with a funny twist because fuck boring shit. So yeah, I'm gonna learn how to swear properly. I hope it's fun. Hi, Tweet T. Yeah, you up for that?
Ms. Frank also states, and I quote, and I apologize for the court's language, "I said that I wanted you to get your ass beaten." The court also reviewed Plaintiff's 2, which is a video made on February 12, 2023. And this video, contrary to the allegations of Ms. Frank, who now recalls such discussion.
Holy shit. Listen to the judge
Video,
who now
contrary
recalls.
to the allegations of Ms. Frank, who now recalls such discussion, Ms. Frank indicated that the plaintiff is indeed a sex predator. The plaintiff has testified that not only has Ms. Frank indicated that he is a sex predator, but that he is also a child molester. There has been some talk about a Mr. Corbin and perhaps the impetus.
Right, well, Clara didn't say that it was a child molester. Hussey made that statement. Nothing got played saying Clara said that. The only person who I've heard call people child molesters and molesters and paedophiles is Negs. Yeah. The judge is wrong though, because she heard testimony that Clara had said that, but didn't hear any evidence at all. And I think that's a bit mean on Clara there. Yeah, it's because I said to everybody I didn't want to start streaming because I didn't like my voice and my accent and that. And, look, they use it against me because, like, they're reading out my words and they don't want people to actually take notice of what I'm saying. So they have to put a daft accent on to, like, downplay my words and that. And I get what they're doing. I'm not that arsed, but might as well make it into content, eh? Fucking irate Alex wants to start fucking producing videos and that again. Maybe don't start back out by being a lying little dickhead, eh? maybe that'd help people want to watch your fucking documentaries. As it stands, its documentaries are bullshit because all you've done is come back and lie.
For the breakdown in the friendship between the parties, but Mr. Corbin is not a party to the case. While this breakdown with Mr. Corbin may be relevant, the court currently has no jurisdiction over the behavior of Mr. Corbin. And so as it relates to the second element, the court finds...
Oh, love you, sassy mama. And hi, Benny Dinglewood. Criticising someone for their accent is as base as it gets. It's what someone does when they lack the intelligence to critique someone properly. Well, thank you, Benny Dinglewood, and thank you for coming along.
That it indeed weighs in favor of the plaintiff. The plaintiff indeed will suffer irreparable harm in this case that is immediate and that may be suffered in the future, given the quite vile statements made by Ms. Frank. The third is the balance of the equities in favor of one party or the other. The court finds that if the preliminary injunction is denied, then the plaintiff may continue to be subjected to the vile comments made by this defendant, comments that are being streamed to who knows how many people.
Yeah, Clara, you vile piece of bum fluff.
On a particular platform. Well, certainly the internet has allowed for the expression of opinions and such. Certainly the internet should not be used to bully, to harass, or to make untrue statements about the character of a person, particularly when that character assessment is one relating to the molestation of children and predatory behavior.
Yeah, but the judge did not hear any evidence of Clara saying anything about molestation of children. The judges picked that out for her, to be honest with you. Like, I was so happy at this ruling at the time, you know. But that's bad for a judge to be ruling that she's heard evidence of child molestation accusations when she hasn't. Because I didn't hear any. I don't know if I've missed it, but I've listened to this a good few times.
As it relates to children, the court does not find that one has a right to do so on a platform that even they have created. And so the court finds that the equities balance in favor of the plaintiff. In terms of the last element, the public interest, the court indeed finds that it is in the public interest for the court to grant the injunctive relief, because while Ms. Frank is free to earn an income and to express opinions about certain topics, she certainly has no constitutional right to defame an individual, particularly in the manner in which the plaintiff is alleging. The court finds the statements to be vile. The court finds the statements to be disproportionate, perhaps, to the reasoning for the breakdown of the relationship. And the court is going to grant the temporary restraining order and join Ms. Frank from making any further defamatory.
We will say something about Yaba's baby daddy. Yaba will then tell everyone, I wouldn't be dealing with this if it wasn't for.
Play a bit of this and then I got a bit more of Maxwell fuckery.
I mean, this is like a good two. Let's see.
And here's Bunny over there. Belinda knows what it's like to have a child that was SA'd. Bunny, is that your business to be talking about? I heard that was off limits. Ma'am. Look at them over there talking about that. But that's fine though, right? Right. Okay.
Yeah, and she was she did this for like, yeah, the whole thing. Wow.
I have had a child fall victim to a fucking piece of shit, right? And that's why I've shown extra empathy and sympathy with these two ladies.
absolute bullshit, Belinda. You were the one who fucking put it out there. You're the one who's perpetuated this shit. You're the one who's fucking pushed it and helped enable those around you to push it. You've not fucking condoned anyone. Why's damn it Amber still in your chat if you fucking think this way? Lying little spastic twat.
And the victim, most importantly, the victim. That's why I've never mentioned her name, and I won't. That's why I've never shared out any of the documents that the biological father leaked.
Wouldn't you say that directing people to making posts promoting this document is the same thing as posting it? This document that was dug up to weaponize against people who they didn't like? Weaponizing child SA victims?
Farms, this got me questioning everything. Like, what the fuck? So, I don't know, Belinda, was it the Grift Gang and the Kiwi Farms making it public? Because here you are on the 27th of July on Twitter, 7.1 thousand views, 91 likes, 4 retweets, 34 comments of you, leader of the Grift Gang clan. Look, you got your seal and everything.
Flashback.
Directing 7.1 thousand people to go to the Kiwi Farms to read the confidential DCS investigation report of a 4-year-old's sexual assault.
No. I've talked about their behavior after the fact of knowing this man was a pedophile.
Sure, Jan.
And it's as simple as that.
Maybe the Kiwi farmers never would have found that if they had just shut up. Really? Is that the game we're playing over here? Is that what we got going on here, Belinda? Is that how you and your Kiwi farmer friends operate? This is the message that was in response to. Look at this. This is one nod away from a permanent keyboard nap. Peanut says, dude, all of it. It's crazy that this little girl's real world trauma is going to be living on a fucking loghouse site forevermore and attached to it many different opinions about it. And this is Belinda's response to that. I know and I agree. However, why is everything always a fucking however with Belinda? It's always a however or a but, or there's always the but, the however. I mean, I agree, but if Sam and Yabba had have shut the fuck up, no one, including Kiwi Farms, wouldn't have been looking for anything on them. How the fuck is going over Yabba's dead baby daddy's Facebook looking for anything on us?
But, everybody's faking outrage. They claim that a woman who has been harassing Chantal and that man for months is somehow now the victim of a violation of privacy. Just a reminder, this is the same community that for some reason has my sister's wedding photos, has gone through my father's Facebook, has published photos from Belinda's boyfriend's Facebook account. And one other thing, Callie, I need to know, you are out here fundraising for a domestic violence organization. I wonder what they would say if they knew that you love the Ghost Frog account. You know that account, the account that started on Twitter by publishing a domestic violence victim's mugshot and police report. I'm really curious what they would say if they were ever to find that out. I don't know.
Keisha. Hey, Keisha. Hey,
Keisha.
Keisha.
All these stories
Hey,
that
Keisha.
she's done this or had this or anybody that has.
Let me ask you this. I know I keep pausing. You're going to get mad at me. Let's say that these motherfuckers could get access even before this happened. Let's say they could get access to the files on what happened to my daughter. What do you think could happen?
No one ever has, Belinda. You're the one out here telling everyone it exists. You're the one out here telling everyone it happened. None of us have access to that information. None of us have put it out there. Yeah? Do you think if we were as sick as your fucking side, we would have done, wouldn't we? But that's a baby in question. Like, no, we're not you. End of the day, you can't punish our side for doing something your side has done when we haven't done it. You fucking reprobate.
Yeah, put a motherfucker in jail. He's still in jail. He's in prison to this day. Hey, Pink Lava. How you doing, darling?
Family anymore. And you
Wow.
don't just use this for content and you justify because you know for sure if it happened to any of you all that we would do the same.
Yes.
Or you know for a fact that we would do the
Yes.
same. So you're going to go ahead and do it because you know
Yes.
that me and
Yes.
Sam would be out here doing it if it happened to you all.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Yes.
Really? Belinda, that's the hill you're going to die on?
Yes, you would.
I just don't know what the end
Yes,
result here
you
is.
fucking
So when you
would.
figure that out and
Okay, and let's just say if we did, Belinda, would that or would that not make us absolute fucking disgusting, vile pieces of shit for using your 4-year-old family member's SA for content as a gotcha? Would it not? Would it not? Yes, it would. So how are you any less of a disgusting fucking piece of shit for doing that to us, Belinda?
I saw a SS of this commenter saying that Gigi doesn't call people pedos. Oh, Opal, you sweet summer child. Gigi has called numerous people pedos, alluded to them being interested in minors and grooming allegations. Here's a few examples. There's many more. Pause to read.
And that's what actually got me and Lisa to switch. Not just these, not these exact examples, but we saw definitive examples of Hussey and Cliff calling AK a paedophile, who they were taking court, and we couldn't find her saying that. Yeah. Hi, Twisted Skeptic. Thank you for coming. So I just wanted to have a little look over at Maxwell's deposition of Preston Mitchum and the little tant he had, and when he ran out of court and asked for the manager, and how he lied here as well. So I'm jumping in. It's not at the start, but Preston's saying he's done a lot of work engaging with like what I've been paid to be a content creator, most recently at a Democratic National Convention. Maxwell says, can you elaborate on that? He says, what specifically would you like me to elaborate on? Now, Preston Mitchum was DC's expert witness in social media. Okay. Miss Johnson objected. I think I'm going to direct him not to answer that because there's probably something in his contract they can't. I think there's a more specific way you could ask that question, Mr. Maxwell. Okay. So we'll do it in a different way. Madam Reporter, can you please repeat back his last answer? Maybe. Witness, I remember my answer. Maxwell, no, it's not for you. It's for me. Witness, okay. Court reporter, we had an objection in there. Maxwell, no, it's before the objection. Yes. Answer, no, but I've done a lot of work engaging with like what I've been paid to be a content creator, most recently the Democratic National Convention. Okay, I'll move past that one. All right. So your report emphasises the importance of follower accounts and engagement for financial success. How do you account for influencers whose primary income is derived from high-value donors rather than traditional sponsorships? So he's saying Hussey's main income is derived from high-value donors, Charlene, rather than traditional ways of, you know, making a living on YouTube by content creating and not harassing women on a daily basis. So it goes on, right? Let's get to it. So would you agree you've no expertise on individuals that make money from high value donors rather than like Miss Johnson? Miss Johnson objects. That is not what he said. Maxwell, you can answer the question, sir. So she's objected, and he's just like, yeah, just answer it anyway. Again, my question was not in terms of expertise. I simply said I don't know anyone who is an influencer or content creator personally who, now these are people I'm friends with, who have millions of followers, who get money from high value donors. Okay. But the question is, so how do you look for individuals who have high value donors? So it's all about fucking Charlene, this. All about the people who give him most money. How he has access to them people. Not about his content. Not about... So, does it matter what Clara's saying if he's got Charlene in his corner paying for everything, if that's his way he derives income? Like, it doesn't make sense, that. So, how would you look for individuals who have high value donors but don't have traditional sponsorships like Stacey Adams? Miss Johnson, objection. Her name's Stacey Abrams. Miss Johnson, speaking, objection. Miss Johnson, you're going to let me finish my objection? Mr. Maxwell, you can do an objection, but you can't do a speaking objection. How the fuck is she meant to do an objection then? Yeah? I can give my reason on the I'm actually helping you and the court reporter. You're mispronouncing someone's name. No one ever fucking corrects him on too catchy and all, do they? And I'm Mr. Maxwell. I'm not doing this with you. That I do at every deposition where you think you're just going to talk over me. I'm not in the mood today. So Lucretia and Maxwell have come face to face a few times by the sounds of it. And I do believe in the morning before this case, they'd just been in a case together. And he'd tried to dog walk her in that. And like she said, she's had enough, yeah? So objection. That's one, not what he stated. That's mischaracterization of his statement. And two, you're asking two compounded questions. And so I think there's a better way for you to ask your question. Mr. Maxwell, great. Thank you. Bye, Mr. Maxwell. Sir, can you continue before she said object? So she said object. He said, great, thank you. And then he's like, can you just continue before she objected? Ignore the woman. Get the bit out, love. I didn't have a doorbell ring. That was my Amazon food delivery saying it's out for delivery. I asked, how do you account for individuals who have high value dons but don't have traditional sponsorships like Stacey Adams? He said Adams again. Answer, Stacey Abrams, I believe you mean. So he's corrected him as well. I can't answer that question because I don't believe that is accurate. I think it's a supposition and it's just not accurate. Okay, so if someone in fact has a high value donors but does not have any type of traditional sponsorships, you have no experience in that situation. I think he's asking, you know, my client's on YouTube and he can't make money off YouTube, he can't have AdSense and he can't get super chats and he relies solely on people just whacking money in his account. How do you calculate that? How does a taxman calculate that? Oh, thanks for dropping by, Benny. Miss Johnson, objection. That's objection. That's not what he stated. Thank you. And I think he's answered your question. You're just not getting the answer you want, so he needs to move on. And that is typical of Maxwell. He doesn't hear what he wants to hear, so he goes a different way and he goes a different way. The judge says, oh, you're here for 4 counts of this? No, I'm here for witness tampering. Oh, well, that's not what's on the docket. All right, well, I'm here for whatever you said then. So, you know, he's saying he's being as genuine as he can, providing a response. And Maxwell's like, oh, no, I'm fine with your responses. It's the other stuff. What does that mean? It's fine with his responses. It's the other stuff. What does that mean? What's he doing other than responding? So that means if Mr. Chikachia makes like 30 grand a year from high value people, is that what you're saying, Maxwell? Are you trying to claim that, see, it takes 30k a year off Charlene? People just giving him 30 grand a year, right? But his numbers are so low that no actual traditional sponsor would want to go with him because he does not have the engagement. How would you, what type of expertise do you have to be able to judge that situation? You mean like somebody just setting up a GoFundMe account and getting money? No, someone watching a video and says, here's $1,000, I like you. Right. That doesn't happen for a start. And he's on a platform he's banned good, must be 6 times now. Yeah. He's not allowed to be on YouTube. He's not allowed to make money off the platform. That's why he can only have money from sponsors. He might have monetization now. He'll get it for a month or 2 and then it'll get cancelled again like it does every time. All right. Miss Johnson objects. I'm not sure what answer you're trying to elicit that you're not getting, so I think we need to move on. Maxwell, we can once you let me get through it. So we'll just keep on going. He's a fucking sassy bitch, isn't he, that Maxwell? So let me ask the question again. So if you have someone like Mr. Chikachia who gets 30 grand a year from individuals who just, where's he getting the 30k from? Is that what he's saying? Is that what you're telling Social Security? I'll say? You about your 30k a year? Right, so he just keeps repeating the same shit, doesn't he? And what type of it? He said it good 5-6 times now. Now, does your expertise include how Twitch works? Specifically Twitch, no, but I do know a decent amount about Twitch. selling subscriptions. Are you aware of how many subscriptions he has? Today? No. When did your report? Were you aware of how many subscriptions he had? Yeah, I reviewed the numbers for sure. Okay, so do you? I'm not going to ask you that one. Never mind. All right. You didn't want to ask because he's got fucking hardly any, and he's come off Twitch. Did Hussey even get banned from Twitch, or did he just like no one like went there? Oh, Mop, I love you, Mop. I love Mop. Mop's grand. He's got a fucking sexy voice as well. Oh, I meant to bloody direct you to that actually. 1 second. In case people didn't listen last night, Mop and Theo went live on the Everything Nice channel. It was a bloody cracking stream, it was. He goes over Rosie, he goes over Drag, goes over... Yeah, they're a good time, good people. Hopefully the link works. But make sure you give that a little watch. I just realised I wasn't sharing. I'm just reading off documents. I weren't even sharing with us. Sorry, people. Said he took everything into his account, subscriptions, engagements. He basically came to the conclusion Hussey doesn't make no fucking money and no one can damage his reputation online because he doesn't have one online. So you use the word decent amount of money. What would you call a decent amount of money, Johnson? Objection. That's mischaracterization of what he said. He didn't say decent amount of money. He said decent amount of subscribers. Maxwell, I'm sorry, Madam Reporter, could you read that back? Did he say decent amount of subs or decent amount of money? Court reporter, hold please. I took everything into account, subscriptions, followers, engagements, everything I saw, the things I specifically do, because quite frankly, as an expert, like, I knew they would have morphology. Right. So he's saying that's not the right bit. All right, I see. People need a decent amount of subscriptions to make a decent amount of money. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,000, right? So I asked you about a decent amount of money, right? So he says to get decent money, you need a decent amount of subscribers. And he was on about the subscribers. He was on about it doesn't have enough subscribers to make a fucking decent amount of money. Yeah? So Maxwell was wrong there, but you know, he twists it, doesn't he? So he's on about need like 10,000 to make decent money. I journalize, blah blah blah. Talks a load of shit. Right. You mentioned something about my client having blackface. Do you recall that? Do I recall what I saw? Yes. Yes. Blackface. Oh, you saw him with blackface? Yes. It was findable online? Yes. Yes. Now, would your opinion change if you found out that he was not the one that did that? That it was someone else that did that to him? If I understand your question correctly, no. Because, so when you looked at, you saw, so you did, was you Googled him essentially, right? And then you saw blackface, right? That's not correct characterization. But so no. Please characterize it correctly. I saw it. I was able to. I didn't have to Google anything. How did you see it? That's one thing I make sure not to do. I don't Google people in that way. So, no, I did not have to do that. Again, it was based on documentation, conversations, etc. I'm trying to understand your question, which is if someone did that to him, I need to be able to make sure I'm answering that correctly. Because what he saw was Hussey on video in very dark makeup and ascertained as a black man that he was in blackface, right? But he doesn't want to. Maybe Maxwell's implying that someone pinned Hussey down and put the makeup on him. Yeah, so that's what Preston Mitchum doesn't want to fall in the trap of. So he says You assert plaintiff's social media presence doesn't qualify him as an influencer. Do you know if plaintiff has ever actually held himself as an influencer? Yes, he has. But he says, no, I don't know that. And so do you believe it's possible for individuals with smaller audiences to experience reputational or financial harm due to defamation? No, I don't. Objection. I don't. Can you elaborate? Excuse me, Mr. Maxwell. I just looked up and there are 3 other people in the waiting room: Victoria Kiola, Ken Chikachian, and Clara Frank. Oh, Victor. Sorry, Victor. Are we letting those people in? Yes, all 3 can come in. Miss Johnson, who is, I know Clara Frank is my client. Ken Chikachian is yours. Who's the 3rd person? Victor's my paralegal. Victor's the reason everything's fucked up in all the filings. And Maxwell boasts that he's set up this department of legal writers. So, yeah. So, well, I'll just say it's highly unlikely. I want to get to the bit where he fucking storms off like a Karen. So if someone's a high donor that pays him a lot of money, all right, and then they see someone accusing him of being a paedophile or even blackface, would that affect the person's ability to want to continue to give them money? It depends. Objection. It depends. What would it depend on? Depends on whether they see it as a risk. It depends on whether they see it as an alignment of what they're wanting to put out. There is no 0 or 100 answer. Yeah, they might be racist themselves. That might be why they're giving him money. You know? I want to get to the bit where storms off. Right. Cough. So some social media person only has that one paid partnership, and if someone were to say something to them, say something like that cause and effect, that person would then have a substantial harm, would they not? Miss Johnson. Objection. This is a lot of hypotheticals and things that don't actually apply to Mr. Chikachin. Did Stacey Abrams, I mean, has he worked for the DNC? Has he worked for Stacey Abrams in some type of capacity? So these are very specific responses. Furthermore, Mr. Mitchum has already stated that it depends on whether or not whoever you're working with finds it in line with what you've already presented online. So using him as a comparison to Mr. Kakachian, who has a different online presence, so I'm going to direct him not to answer that question. This is going too far. It's hypotheticals, Mr. Maxwell. All right. So make sure we note for the record the expert's testimony. You're specifically allowed to ask hypotheticals. And so you're telling an expert right now that he's not allowed to answer a question that is literally what experts are asked to do. Miss Johnson, no, I'm telling him not to answer the question that you just asked based on the way you just asked it. Got you, thanks. Anyway, so moving on. In a scenario, let's just say you have a unicorn situation where someone has low engagement, low counts, but has one person just donating a bunch of money, surely. That's a unicorn situation. It is possible that saying things about him that are untrue and are highly defamational, like paedophilia and blackface, would have an effect on that person. It depends. Yeah. Let's get to it. Right. So if you were hired to analyze your social media presence, so this is you and you, right? If you were hired to analyze your own social media presence, but you were unable to find any data on your sponsorships, would you possibly undervalue or your analyzation of the account? Objection. I was waiting for the speaking part. You normally speak for about a couple of paragraphs, Miss Johnson. Yes, just like your questions. Snark and sass. I'm going to object based on relevance, and I think I know what you're trying to ask, but I'm is the question that you're trying to ask. Actually, I'll let you do your own question. But objection as to relevance. But objection as to relevance and objection as to asking Mr. Mitchum to analyse his own social media and provide an expert to that. Don't answer that. It can rephrase the question. No, that one I'm going to have to insist that you answer, sir. Did you understand the question, Mr. Mitchum? I did not. Okay, well then, sir, I will say it differently. If you had to analyse your accounts, if someone hired you to literally look at your accounts, right, but it's not you, so it's not your account, but that scenario, do you understand what I'm talking about? I don't. Okay, so that's where we are, okay. So if I had someone else to analyse your account, right, but we're talking, we're taking it from your experience level, right? Still not following? I'm not. What do you mean, analyse my accounts? You mean like my Instagram, for example? Yes. And they'll be analysing that using what? Same as you would, just like you analysed, right? I just want to get to the good bit. So he's saying you state that there's no financial harm. He said not from what I saw. How did you reach? No, did JSSC reach the engagement of defendant's post about the plaintiff? I reviewed the answers to the question again. I reviewed blah blah. I want to see him storm out. Right. Were they sent to you? Were they sent to you in one email or over multiple emails? In a file? In what file? Could you pull up that file? Maybe. Could you do that, please? Miss Johnson, I'm going to object to this and direct Mr. Mitchum not to do this. If you want those documents, you can get them. There are ways that you can get them. Maxwell. So no, that's definitely not it. I get to ask what is in his report, what his report is based on. And so since he cannot tell me what the report is based on, I get to ask him to look and tell me what the report is based on. That is 100%. You actually, no, you do. You can ask him to do that. And there is a way to do that, but not in a deposition, to force a witness to pause a deposition and go look through their records. I am not going to use this I'm not going to use the very basic terms. All lawyers know how you can get these documents from him. Like, it's really simple. Maxwell, all right, sir. Irrespective of her objection, I still need you to pull up the email and give me the list of what you looked at. Cheeky bastard. I didn't just object. I told him not to do it. I know. I'm still directing him to do it. So you can take it up with the court if you like. Miss Johnson, no. I think I've got to take it up with the court. I just told him not to do it. Maxwell, hold on. We're going to pause the objection. I'm going to call the court's chambers and see if they'll hear us quick on this issue. I need the manager. Miss Johnson, you and I both know that that's not. Do you really not understand that that's not how that's done? That you can't call up the court's chambers during deposition. Maxwell, ma'am, I can actually, and that's exactly how, ma'am. I get you have limited experience here. I get that, but you've just got to stop. Miss Johnson laughs in his fucking face. I will call the court's chambers and ask them about this. So we're pausing for a second. Can you take us off record for about 10 minutes while I reach out to the court? If the court doesn't want to deal with this, they don't want to, but I am going to ask. Whereupon a recess was taken from 10:52 till 11:03. Maxwell, are we back on the record? Court reporter, we're back on the record. Are you addicted to cold brew? Mitchum, great. So I decided to send an email to the court because they won't answer his call. Yeah. The court will say they're going to. The court will say what they are going to say about it. So I don't want to waste any more of Mr. Mitchum's time on this one. All right. So I'm going to move along with my questions until the court gives a response, Miss Johnson. I'm refreshing my email, but for the record, was I CC'd on that email that you sent to Chambers? Yep. Okay, all right, I see it now. Thank you. Welcome. All right. How will you compensate, Miss Johnson? I apologise. I hate to cut you off when you started. I'm reading your email. Mr. Maxwell, this is not what he said. It states the expert does not recall which documents he relied on creating this report. So I asked him if the documents were somewhere like an email. He said they were in one email. He did not. Yeah? He said they were in a file. I asked him to pull up that one email and show which documents he relied on. But that's not what happened, Mr. Maxwell. No, let's just clarify. Mr. Mitchin, did you not say all the documents were in one email? I said it was in OneDrive. Or OneDrive. But I actually asked, were they all sent to you in one email? Didn't you say yes? It's a drive. Okay, it's a drive. Several upon several documents, which is why I specifically mentioned that it will take a long time to go through each one to tell you specifically to get the one infinitesimal question. Or get to a question. Great. So, but they're all in one place. They're all in one place. The one I have, yes, Mr. Maxwell. So, Miss Johnson, if you want to correct the email saying I misspoke, it was not in one email, it was in one location, feel free. Miss Johnson, no, I'll wait for the transcript so I can get the judge to give the judge the full finger what he said. Mr. Maxwell, no problem. Okay. So were you compensated for your expert report? How? Oh, yes. How much were you paid? Right. But there we go, right? Mr. Maxwell was told one thing, didn't like the answer, ran to the fucking manager. The manager wouldn't pick up. He sent an email, and in the email, he lied. He lied. I'm going to go to the end, because I know Lucretia's last thing she said was quite a little smackdown, because this was all about him not bringing the documents and not being able to look at them and stuff. So, Miss Johnson asked her client, have you received a subpoena requesting the documents that you relied on in writing your expert report, specifically a subpoena from Mr. Maxwell on behalf of Mr. Chikatchian? Yes, I received a subpoena. What was the subpoena for? To appear today and specifically to produce the agreement between LPJ Legal and myself. So he didn't ask for the documents that you relied on in writing your expert report? No. Okay, I have no further questions. Right? He'll go to any extent to try and trick a court, right? In 1 week, he had 2 default judgments denied because of his lack of ability to fucking lawyer, right? He doesn't know shit. I've only just opened up the can of worms with him. I'm sure I'm going to find more. And I have no problem in putting that out there, right, Mr. Maxwell? You want to threaten my friends? You want to throw your weight around YouTube? Welcome to the fucking arena, mate. I hope you have a good time here because we're going to have fucking fun with you. And on that bombshell, bitches, have a good day.
What exactly is your problem with females? Can it clip it? We might need to hear some details. Your lies and fake shit ain't gonna fly. Soon the court is gonna see all you do is lie. Stop intimidating witnesses. You're about to learn what the punishment for that is. Cry, 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 cry. Lie, la, 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 lie, lie, lie. Your bullshit ain't gonna fly, fly, fly. After you lose this shit, it'll be bye, bye, bye. How the F do they say this with a straight face? Well, Gigi does it with that ugly, wonky, eye face. It's all about to crumble. We'll be there to watch you stumble. This is a ball you can't catch, and they'll definitely fumble. How the F do they they say this with a straight face. Well, Gigi doesn't, with that ugly, wonky-eyed face. It's all about to crumble, we'll be there to watch you stumble. This is a ball you can't catch, and we'll definitely fumble. Cry, 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 cry. Lie, 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 lie. Your bullshit ain't gonna fly, fly, fly. After you lose this shit, it'll be bye, bye, bye. How exactly is your problem? Female. Ken and Grift, we need to hear some details. Your lies and fake shit ain't gonna fly. Soon the court is gonna see all you do is lie. Stop intimidating witnesses. You're about to learn what the punishment for that is. Cry, 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 cry. Lie, 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 lie. Your bullshit ain't gonna fly, fly, fly. After you lose this shit, it'll be bye, bye, bye. How the F do they say this with a straight face? Well, Gigi doesn't, with that ugly, wonky-eyed face.